Well, will you look at that? ESPN's out, Paramount's in. And UFC just scored a deal so big it makes the NFL contract look like lunch money. 7 years, $7.7 billion. And, oh yeah, UFC, they just killed pay-per-view. That sound you hear, well, that's every MMA fan's wallet breathing a sigh of relief. Right before Paramount hikes the subscription price. So roll the intro, grab your popcorn, and maybe a mouth guard, because this one, it's going to hit hard. Hey folks, welcome back to The Critical Nerd, where we break down pop culture, a little bit of sports, and Hollywood's questionable financial decisions. All with a little healthy dose of sarcasm. If you're new here, stick around, hit that like, smash subscribe, and share this video with the fight fan in your life who still thinks they need to drop $80 for a UFC card. And to all you that are returning to watch this video and my subscribers out there, well, you guys are the reason I don't have to fight Logan Paul on a misfit boxing undercard for rent money. All right, so here's the headline. Paramount. Yes, that Paramount. The same Paramount that just merged with Skydance and canned Stephen Colbert. They signed an exclusive U.S. media rights deal with the TKO Group, the parent company of UFC. Length of the deal, 7 years. The value, $7.7 billion. That's billion with a B. Now the average per year, $1.1 billion. And the start date, well, 2026, when the ESPN deal ends. And the big kicker here in all of this is no more pay-per-views. All 13 numbered UFC events and 30 fight nights per year will stream live on Paramount Plus. Now, select marquee fights will also simulcast on CBS. Yeah, that's CBS, Grandma's network. Which means the same channel that airs the Masters and March Madness will now also air people getting their faces rearranged. Now, this isn't a win for Paramount. It's a nuke dropped right on ESPN's streaming strategy. Remember, last week, ESPN threw $1.6 billion at the WWE. By the way, it's also owned by the TKO Group. And inked a monster NFL deal. Now they've lost one of their most reliable pay-per-view cash cows. So you may be asking yourself, well, what's the big deal? Why does this matter? Well, to be real and to be frank, the pay-per-view model is ancient. We're talking rotary phone levels of outdated. Remember way back in 1993, UFC 1? Well, it launched on pay-per-view. In 2025, paying $80 for a fight card feels like a scam, especially when illegal streams are one Reddit search away. TKO's own Mark Shapiro said it best, and I quote, "What's on pay-per-view anymore? Boxing? Maybe some movies on DirecTV? It's an antiquated model. Instead, fans will pay one monthly Paramount Plus fee, reportedly around $12.99, and get everything. No extra charges, no double paywalls like ESPN Plus, where you need a subscription and still had to drop $80 per big event. This is a massive exposure boost. CBS will put UFC in front of millions of casual viewers who never drop money on pay-per-view. That's how you grow the sport beyond hardcore fight fans. So what's Paramount's master plan in all this? Well, this deal was Paramount's first big move after the Skydance merger, and it's pretty telling. They're pivoting back to profit and programming people actually watch. You don't spend $7.7 billion on something unless you think it will drive subscriptions. In sports, well, they're the ultimate driver. Skydance CEO David Ellison had said it. Their focus is streaming sports in studios. UFC is year-round content. No off-season. Every month, a big fight to keep people subscribed. Compare that to the NFL, which vanishes for half a year. And yes, Paramount will almost certainly raise the subscription price eventually. They didn't just find $7.7 billion in the couch cushions somewhere. But in the short term, this looks like it's a huge win for fans. So this begs the question, What can fans expect? Dana White's already teasing some pretty big things. A White House lawn UFC fight on July 4th, 2026 for America's 250th anniversary. Possible comebacks for John Jones, Conor McGregor, and Amanda Nunes. And a pound-for-pound dream fight like Islam Makhachev, or Makhachev, I don't know, pronounce his name wrong, versus Ilya Topuria. Guess I got that one wrong too. And here's the underrated win. Accessibility. If you're a casual fan who's only seen UFC highlights on social media, you might actually start watching the full cards when they're included in your streaming bundle. That means bigger audiences, more casual eyeballs, and potentially a mainstream leap for MMA. So this deal between Paramount and UFC, this is continuing a trend from last week's, or I should say the week before last, ESPN, NFL, WWE mega deal. Disney, they're doubling down on pro wrestling and football, while Paramount just grabbed one of the few sports properties that can actually compete with NFL ratings on certain nights. In a streaming war where sports rights are gold, Paramount, they just stole a big one. And they did it without the pay-per-view baggage Disney insists on keeping for WWE's biggest events. Or I should say, PLE, Premium Live Event. So here we are. 2026 will mark the start of a new era. UFC's leaving the $80 pay-per-view behind, moving to a mainstream platform, and potentially bringing some of the biggest names back for primetime CBS fights. Will it work? Will Paramount's gamble pay off? And will ESPN regret letting UFC walk? Let me know in the comments, and remember to smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video out there with your friends and family so we can keep breaking down the billion-dollar move shaping the sports and entertainment world. Until next time, this is the Critical Nerd signing off, reminding you that the only thing more brutal than a UFC knockout is your monthly streaming bill.